that India accounts for the 1/5 of the world's population.
But did you know, according to a survey conducted in Delhi, 63% parents wanted a special school for leprosy-affected patients.
I know the government sits in the Luton's Delhi and we have corporates sitting in the Gurgaon.
But did you know, leprosy-affected people are still made to live in different areas like the Hitwood.
I know that leprosy is a nerve disorder which is caused by bacteria, but it is easily curable.
But did you know, the stigma makes it a lifelong disease. Let's join the movement to heal India. Thank you.
Good evening. It's a great privilege to welcome each one of you to the launch of the Heal India campaign. Public health social awareness campaigns offer great potential to raise awareness and understanding about health issues and mobilize support for action from the local community to the international stage. Media is going to play a very important role in the upcoming campaign. We want to share the important and very relevant social information and scientific information about leprosy in a very interactive and innovative way. I would now play an audio visual that has been specially prepared by our campaign partners, YMCA.
For centuries, people who suffered from leprosy were confined to their homes or were forced to live in separate colonies away from main towns and cities.
And now I'd like to request Dr. Sunil Anand, Director of the Leprosy Mission Trust India, to come onto the dais. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's my pleasure to invite each one of you to this afternoon's launch of the Heal India campaign. Before I go on further, I'd like to acknowledge and welcome, offer a special welcome to some of our special guests. If you're wondering why or what's the purpose of this Heal India campaign, the main purpose is actually, like we saw at the beginning of this program, to bridge the gap between perception and reality, to bridge the gap between words and action. We've seen a whole lot of words on behalf of people affected by leprosy, but very little action. And we hope that through the Heal India campaign, we're able to actually bridge that gap and make people more aware and people more participatory. The Leprosy Mission Trust India has been working in this country for the past 139 years. Initially, we were focused on the medical aspects of leprosy. Right now, we look at social aspects as well. We address healing, we address inclusion, we address the issues of dignity. As you see in our tagline says healing, inclusion, and dignity, and those are the issues that are of primary concern for us as an organization. And we're blessed with a very, very committed staff, and we know that with each one's participation and with each one's help, we can actually reach that goal of seeing communities that actually include people affected by leprosy and give them dignity. Thank you very much. It's my pleasure to request Justice Cyriac Joseph to come forward and to please launch the website of the Heal India campaign and say a few words after that, sir.
Distinguished guests and friends, I am a member of the National Human Rights Commission in Delhi. I am grateful to the Leprosy Mission Trust India for giving me this opportunity to participate in program. I readily accepted the invitation because I realized that this is part of my job, and therefore I am only discharging my duty by being present here and extending my support to this program. National Human Rights Commission is proud to have associated with this program, and as a representative of the National Human Rights Commission, I offer full support to this program and all cooperation to this program. Thank you very much.
It's my pleasure to give out the Heal Champion certificates, and for that may I invite Dr. Agarwal. Deputy Director General of Health Services, and Dr. Sumana Barua to please come and give out the certificates. Dr. Sumana Barua, Team Leader for the Global Leprosy Program.
They said when I was a young man, I wanted to change the world. I found it very difficult to change the world, so I tried to change the nation. When I found that I couldn't change the nation, I began to focus on my town. I couldn't change my town, so as an older man, I tried to change my family. Now, as an old man, I realize that if long ago I tried to change myself, I could have made an impact on my family. My family could have made an impact on our town, and their impact could have changed the nation, that could have changed the world. This campaign is after 2-3 months of lot of working with the people affected by leprosy, looking into the communities, we have finally selected 10 champions over here who are going to be leading the campaign. It's them, people from the community, young influencers, the youth brigade, who are the major part of this campaign. So let's give them all a big hand. Thank you, Dr. Barua and Dr. C.M. Agarwal. Thank you. I would like to invite Shri Keshav Desi Raju, Secretary, Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, to please be seated on the panel. Srimati Stuti Kacker, Secretary, Department of Disability Affairs, Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment. Shri Prasanna Pincha, Chief Commissioner of Disabilities, Ministry of Social Health and Empowerment, and Dr. Sunil Anand, Director of the Leprosy Mission, to please sit on the dais. I'll also like to request Shri Justice Cyriac Joseph to please come on the dais, please. Thank you.
The idea of this panel discussion is to hear from dignitaries what they feel about this campaign, and what we plan to do is ask each one to speak for 5 minutes. Can I request Secretary Health and Family Welfare, Shri Keshav Desi Raju.
Thank you very much. I'm honored to be here today, and I'm grateful to Dr. Anand for inviting me. I think Justice Cyriac Joseph said all that was necessary to be said on this occasion. I think it is not without significance that we have a member of the National Human Rights Commission present on this occasion. Dr. Anand reminded us that healing, inclusion, and dignity were the 3 watchwords of this campaign. And I think these are the essential components of human rights: the right to good health, the right to live with and within a family, within a community, the right to be part of society, and the right to live with dignity in whatever one does. We will do whatever it takes through health facilities to ensure that there are proper treatment facilities across the country. We have specialist institutions. We are looking at strengthening them. As I said, we will do whatever it takes, but what we are really not in a position to do is to ensure that people talk about it freely and have no compunction, no hesitation in coming to a hospital to say, I think I may have leprosy, will you please do something about it? Now, this is where we need cooperation, participation, the enthusiastic participation of everyone. I would once again like to say thank you so much for asking me. It's a very important activity that you have begun today, and I would like to compliment you on doing this, and all my good wishes to both to the young volunteers and to everybody else associated with this.
Thank you.
Thank you. I would again like to repeat, thank you for inviting me, because my job, as you know, it's a new department. Not many people are aware that this department has been established as a standalone department under the Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment. Rehabilitation of disabled people has been given to me. That's my allotted work. And the leprosy cured people form a sizable group. Now, like with all disabled people, the social inclusion and rehabilitation is the most difficult part of it. And in the case of leprosy cured people, it is even more so. Because as my friend Keshav put it, that it's such an ancient disease that the psyche and the thinking against it is 1400 years old. And therefore you have to fight a 1400-year-old prejudice. And therefore when it comes to leprosy cured people, it is a very difficult task. I always feel it is such a pity that this disease carries this stigma, because even in other diseases such as, or disorders such as diabetes, there is amputation, there is a lot of loss of, say, the diabetic foot or the diabetic hand, or necrosis, or all kinds of things in unmanageable cases. There are many other disorders and disease-acquired disabilities or accident-acquired disabilities, but nothing is so damaging for a person or for a family than leprosy, which is such a pity, because we are in a position to get out of so much of suffering. Thank you so much.
A very warm good evening to you, friends. Well, I'm enormously delighted to get to associate myself with this very important campaign, Heal India, is that? Heal India campaign. I must open my very brief remark with an ingenuous confession. And that ingenuous confession is that I have really very little understanding, particularly of the medical dimensions of leprosy and the leprosy cured. Persons with Disabilities, Equal Opportunities, Protection of Rights and Full Participation Act 1995 envisages 7 categories of disability, and leprosy cured is one of those 7 categories of disability. As one of my preceding speakers was rightly hinting, that leprosy, if left untreated, leaves one disabled. So I think this aspect needs to be addressed. But more importantly, the social dimensions of leprosy, the dimensions around discrimination, around stigma, around umpteen myths that exist that surround leprosy. And then when we address issues around leprosy, I think we need to address issues of leprosy-infected people as well as issues of people affected by leprosy. I have been in office as Chief Commissioner maybe for 21 months now. And my experience has been that in the last 21 odd months that I have been in office as Chief Commissioner, if my memory is not failing me, I have not received one single grievance or complaint in my court from leprosy cured persons, which is one of the 7 disabilities recognized under the Act. Now there could be 2 possibilities. One, that persons with disability, leprosy cured people have no grievances, which is very unlikely. And the other likely possibility is that there is a visible lack of awareness, and it is against this backdrop as well that a campaign of this ilk assumes utmost significance. I was told, and I am prima facie convinced, that there would be a range of laws, and somebody was pointing out to me the other day as many as 16 laws which need immediate modification or amendment or whatever. So I think this is also another area where the Leprosy Mission can really help the Department of Disability Affairs, and I'm sure they will do it. I think what needs to be said has already been said, but I would just seek your indulgence for allowing me to set the tone of this campaign with an invocation which has been authored by none other than any Besant, and which, to my humble way of thinking, contains glimpses of supreme knowledge. O hidden life, vibrant in every atom. O hidden light, shining in every creature. O hidden love, embracing all in oneness. May each who feels himself as one with thee know he is also one with the other. Om Shanti. All the best. Thank you very much.
Thank you, members of the panel, for those words that of encouragement that you have given to us.
Thank you so much. It was so wonderful hearing from you. And to launch of this event, I would request the privilege and the honor of a dignitary. We are going to do a little photo ops to launch this. So we're just going to request you to hold the Heal India hand. Thank you so much. I'd request Dr. Mary to please come forward and say the word of thanks.
May I request Mr. Alan Gray to join me in giving away the certificate to YMCA. May I request Mr. Dilip McCune to come forward, please. I would like to thank Shri Keshav Desi Raju, Ms. Stuti Kacker, Justice Shri Cyriac Joseph, Shri Prasanna Kumar Pincha, Dr. Suman Barua, Dr. C.M. Agarwal, our youth outreach partner Isaac for reaching out to the young at Delhi University, YMCA for being partners in producing the audiovisual that you saw today, Ms. Minakshi Iyer from Itashi Society, all our guests and the team at TLMTI to have spent so much of time for being part of the Heal India campaign and also for the continued support to restore the dignity, the healing, the inclusion and the dignity of people affected by leprosy. Thank you.
I think this is one of the major campaigns which were long overdue, I would say, because treatment is available, patients are being cured, but awareness somehow, if you talk to any person on the street about leprosy, they would say, leprosy, is it still there? So that reflection means that there is a lot of need to, you can say, popularize leprosy, especially that it is curable and that treatment is freely available. So I think these messages need to be worked. And I would definitely, as ILEP representative in India, we are there for this campaign. TLM is our partner, and we definitely be supporting the TLM or even the whole campaign. So that way we are for it.
It's very encouraging, very, it will create some awareness in the community, and so it is a good takeoff. I would say that this will create in the community awareness and will leave the people live in the dignity.
What role do you see your department play? How do you think you can heal India?
Actually, we will be the partner for this. So the government of India will go in hand with this, continuation of this program, basically.
This is a very good initiative because one of the basic problem is the awareness among people. So in a simplified way, we need to approach people in the communities to make them aware, what also Honorable Health Secretary mentioned. And we have the fear. So it is the now duty of these young people, I would like to call them young ambassadors. So they have the responsibility.
मैं संगीता, मैं अब चैंपियन बन चुकी हूँ। मेरे को पूरी कॉलोनी में से, पूरी ताहिरपुर की लेप्रोसी कॉलोनी में से मुझे चुना गया। हम 10 जन को चुना गया, जिसमें से मैं एक हूँ, और मैं अब अपनी कॉलोनी को सुपर हिट कॉलोनी बनाना चाहती हूँ। मैं चाहती हूँ कि हर जगह मेरी कॉलोनी आगे आए और वो और लोगों की तरह भी जैसे और लोग आते और किसी से नहीं डरते, किसी भी चीज़ में झिझक नहीं करते, वैसे मैं अपनी कॉलोनी को आगे लेके आना चाहती हूँ। अब वो हर जगह, हर फील्ड में, हर जॉब की वैकेंसी में, हर स्कूल में, हर कॉलेज में मैं ये बताना चाहती हूँ कि मैं लेप्रोसी कॉलोनी से आई हूँ और मैं ये चाहती हूँ कि मैं भी अच्छे पोस्ट पे बैठूँ, अच्छे जॉब करूँ, और जिससे बाकी जो मेरी फ्रेंड्स, मेरी बहनें जो भी है वो भी मेरे साथ अच्छी पोस्ट पे जाए, अपना फ्यूचर एक तरह से अच्छा बनाए।
मेरा नाम अमर है और मैं हील इंडियन चैंपियन का चैंपियन हूँ। हम में से 10 लोग थे जिसमें से मैं एक हूँ। मैं कॉलोनी को उस लेवल पे ले जाना चाहता हूँ जिससे पॉश इलाके होते हैं, और कोई भी आदमी ऐसा हेजिटेशन ना करे कि कुछ भी बताने से, अपना एड्रेस बताने से, इस तरह से अपनी क्वालिफिकेशन बताने से, अपने इलाके के बताने से कोई हेजिटेशन ना करे, ताकि कि कोई भी लोग उससे बात करने में नर्वस हो और उससे बात ना करें। इस तरह से मैं उनकी बात बताना चाहता हूँ मैं। और हील इंडियन चैंपियन की तरफ से इनका ये पहला मोटिवेशन है कि हम अपनी कॉलोनी को आगे बढ़ा सकते हैं और आगे और भी वैकेंसीज हो गए और प्रमोटिव कर सकते हैं उसे भी, और भी पर्सपेक्टिव और भी उसमें इंटरेस्टिंग और वैकेंसीज निकाल सकते हैं और कंप्यूटर एजुकेशन दे सकते हैं, ताकि कोई भी और एजुकेशन हमारे में सीखने में कोई रुकावट ना लाए।
Hi, my name is Adrian, and it's good to know that Heal India is doing so much about leprosy in India. For one, I didn't even know leprosy was in India on such a large scale. I just found out recently through this press conference that leprosy is here. And the other thing I got to know is that leprosy is treatable, first of all. And people think that leprosy is something which you can get by touching somebody who has leprosy, or if you're sitting with them, if you're working with somebody who has leprosy, you might catch the disease. So it's good to know that leprosy is not communicable. You can't get leprosy if your friend has leprosy, right? And the other thing is that there are so many jobs in India, like so many people looking for jobs. And there are also a lot of jobs out there for people with special abilities or disabilities. But for leprosy, you don't hear anything that they have any opportunity such as that. So Heal India is doing that. They're getting in touch with corporates and getting the people affected by leprosy to get jobs. And that's a big deal. Once they're independent, once they know that they have rights and they can stand on their own feet, that's a good start to start with. And yeah, it's a good job. I wish you all the best.